Hi guys, what is going on and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys an update on Bitcoin. I'm also going to give you guys an update on Ethereum. In today's video, we are going to discuss if Bitcoin is ready for $50,000. If Bitcoin is ready for new yearly highs. That is something that I want to discuss with you guys in today's video. On Twitter and on some other platforms, I gave this trade idea on Bitcoin, which is currently playing out quite nice. I have now moved my stop loss to break even, and in today's video, this setup won't be important. In today's video, we are going to see if Bitcoin can continue higher towards the upside, or that we might potentially top out over here and continue our way towards the downside. Now, what we can see over here on Bitcoin, guys, is, in my opinion, a higher time frame potential correctional structure that can turn into a potential impulse higher. Now, what we are seeing is a bigger ABC correction over here, the start of wave A, right? Back to wave B, which sweeps the high of wave A, which is totally fine. And then we have our wave C. Wave C is always the most impulsive wave, right? And we can also see that it consists out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And wave 5 sweeps the low of wave 4, wave 3 I mean, right? Now, this is the first ABC correctional structure completed on the Bitcoin price. And that first ABC correctional structure, it appears to be followed by another ABC correctional structure, right? In which always the wave A and wave B often consist out of smaller ABC corrections, which we see over here, right? A, B, C. And then the B wave, A, B, C. And then wave C, like I said, consists out of 5 structures. Now, what we can see over here once again is a potential wave A, potential wave B, potential wave C. And what we are seeing is pretty clean in my opinion, right? Because wave A, once again, consists out of A, B, C, right? Wave C, impulsive structure, right? Wave B consists out of A, B, C. Correctional structure. Wave C is looking like a potential impulsive move, right? In which we have our liquidity sweep, which we always want to see whenever we start an impulsive move. So we have that liquidity sweep over here. The liquidity sweep is being followed by a break of structure, right? Wave 1. So if we go on the lower time frame, it's a little more clear. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, right? Correctional structure, now potentially the 5th impulsive structure towards the upside. That is something that I'm currently eyeing up for Bitcoin, right? In which wave C once again is going to consist out of 5 smaller structures. And that is exactly what we want to see. Now, if I'm correct on my thesis, regardless whether we are going to start a bigger impulse towards the upside, let's say this is just a correctional structure, then we should continue higher. We should probably continue towards new yearly highs. Now, why do I think so? If we take the trend-based Fibonacci extension tool over here, and we start at the beginning of wave A, which is over here, drag it towards the end of wave A, then we drag it back towards the end of wave B. Now, a very common target for wave C is either the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension or the 1.618, right? Now, the 1-to-1 is quite a common target, and in this case, it aligns quite clean above the range high over here, right? So it's possible that we just simply sweep the range high, take the 1-to-1 Fib extension, then reclaim back, and then we continue the range forming. Or we get our extended target towards the 1.618, which is quite a common target as well. And in that case, we create a new yearly high for the Bitcoin price. Now, if we do reach this target, the 1.618, then I think there's a decent possibility that we are going to continue our way higher towards the upside. Okay, that would be a big sign of strength for me for Bitcoin. Now, locally, we can see that we had our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then wave 5 should still come as well. Now, to measure that target, we once again can take the trend-based Fib extension, start at the end of wave 2 towards the end of wave 3, back towards the end of wave 4, and then once again we can see the 1-to-1 Fib extension right over here aligns above this range high, which is quite a common target for wave 5. Our extended target, the 1.618, once again aligns around $45,500. So in my opinion, we have two potential targets. Either we go and sweep the range high, right? Deviate, reclaim back, and then we continue the range from where we should go towards the range low. That is a possible scenario. Or we get our extended targets over here around $45,500. In that case, we will hit massive profits on our current long position on the Bitcoin price. And besides hitting massive profits, in that case, I do think that we continue higher towards the buy-side liquidity target around 47.2K. That remains a big buy-side liquidity target for me for the Bitcoin price. But in my opinion, if we reject over here above the range high, right, and we reclaim back and we fall back lower, this target will take a little longer to get met for the Bitcoin price. Now, that is it for Bitcoin. And I think if you want to get in on this move, in my opinion, you're a little late, right? You should anticipate a scenario like this and not try to FOMO in over here with your stop loss over here. That's a little too late, okay? That is why it's always very important to anticipate moves like this and then react to them. But always try to plan your trade and then trade your plan, right? Don't try to look at a chart and I have to get in at the current price. No, you always have to anticipate what might happen and then react to that accordingly towards your plan. Now, if we continue with Ethereum, this one is also looking quite interesting in my opinion, because on Ethereum, we might also be starting a potential impulsive structure. Now, Ethereum doesn't look as corrective as Bitcoin. And that is interesting because my thesis on Ethereum remains the same. My thesis on Ethereum remains that Ethereum should start outperforming Bitcoin relatively soon over here. Now, what we can see on Ethereum is that it's forming some kind of a falling wedge pattern, okay? Which we have tested the lower low trend line various times, and we have also tested the lower high trend line various times. Now, this structure over here is typical wave 4 behavior before getting a wave 5 impulsive structure towards the upside. And now that is something that I really like to see over here on Ethereum. And if we want to start a fifth impulse towards the upside, it could mean that we've potentially finished up wave 1 and wave 2. Now, why is that? Because over here, we have seen a very important liquidity sweep, right? Followed by another very important liquidity sweep. This liquidity sweep over here resulted in this break of structure towards the upside. Now, so we see the liquidity sweep, we see the break of structure towards the upside. We have this high probability order block over here, right? With a bullish fair value gap above, an inducement over here, and a shift towards the upside, and a liquidity sweep while the bullish order block was being formed. Wave 2, it's very common to get a deep retracement, which we're also seeing over here, right? Another confluence, which is why we're potentially starting an impulsive structure. Now, if correct on the thesis, we should have finished up wave 1 over here, right? Wave 2 over here, okay? And the third wave is always the most impulsive one, followed by a long fourth wave, followed by another fifth impulsive structure towards the upside. So if correct on the thesis, we can take the trend-based FIB extension over here on Ethereum, go from the low to the high, back to the low. First target for wave 3 is the 1.618. And then our extended target is at 2.618. Okay, these are the two most common targets for W3. Now the 1.618 over here aligns with this resistance area, this supply area over here for the Ethereum price. So this is definitely a target to keep our eyes on. We might reject over here. Keep your eyes on this. But I think that if we start this third impulsive structure towards the upside in confluence with this falling wedge breakout on the higher time frame, I think Ethereum looks ready for $2,457, which is approximately over here. And I know that around $2,457 is where we have important buy-side liquidity. Now in this case, the 2.618 is exactly aligning right above the buy-side liquidity target. So that makes up for a nice main take profit target for Ethereum if you positioned yourself long on this pullback over here before potentially starting the impulsive structure. Once again, a lot of people are right now wondering, Guru, should I FOMO in right now over here with the market entry and the stop loss over here and this being my target? Now, if I'm correct on my thesis, this is still possible, but you have to wonder whether this is worth the risk to reward ratio. If you do want to FOMO into a position, right? That is something that you have to wonder, okay? Because we are close to resistance. We are close to an important and interesting supply area over here. And you always have to wonder whether you want to long resistance and whether you want to short support. That is something I've been explaining in Monday's YouTube video as well. Now, if you do want to get in on the 15-minute time frame, we are seeing a shift in structure taking place over here, all right? And that is something to keep our eyes on. So we've shifted structure. So that means that if you do want to get in, you can potentially get in on a pullback, right? Because what we do know is that the third wave also consists out of 5 smaller impulsive structures. So let's say wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, right? So that's like the sub count. And if we want to anticipate that, that means that wave 2 should technically retrace back towards the 0.5 fib or a little lower. And now that is something that you can anticipate on the Ethereum price. So if you do want to get in on Ethereum, then I wouldn't FOMO in at the current price. Then I would wait for Ethereum to either potentially retrace back towards the 0.5 or lower levels and start looking if you can maybe start building a potential interesting swing long from there. Now, in my opinion, you should have already positioned yourself on this pullback. But if you haven't done so, that doesn't mean that you cannot position yourself on a pullback towards the 0.5, for example, targeting $2,357 as your first target, but eventually, like I said, $2,457. And that offers a nice RR trade. You can let in some multiple entries over here. Definitely potential interesting setup that is being developed currently on the Ethereum price and something that you have to keep your eyes on. Now, if you guys do have any questions after watching today's video, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Also, guys, please make sure to check out Prime XPT, okay? It's one of the sponsors of this video. And they are now also offering crypto futures trading. So you can take this potential Ethereum trade over here on Prime XPT at the crypto futures section. So keep that in mind. Check them out. The affiliate link can be found in the description down below. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll catch you guys on Friday's video. Ciao, ciao.